mira, bobo. Anda para allá, bobo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer channel. My name is Matt, and we are about 24 hours away from Inter Miami playing a do-or-die game against LAFC in the second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup, where they are down 1-0 from the first leg. They're going to need to complete the comeback in order to qualify for the semifinals. This is going to be a very, very big game tomorrow. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to talk about this, to preview the match. And we have a lot to talk about today. We need to talk about KDB, which was something I wasn't going to be talking about. But then literally the rumors were starting to get crazy. Like people were actually reporting very, very heavily on the KDB rumors and the Di Maria rumors again. But we're going to talk about that briefly in the beginning. We're going to talk about we're predicting our starting 11. Boosie is not going to be available. We're going to see how the team is going to be, or what I think the team should be, how they should be approaching this game. And and then we're going to get your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments as usual. But first of all, let's talk about this KDB rumor that's been going around. It's rumored that Kevin De Bruyne is going to be joining Inter Miami, or that Inter Miami are interested in signing Kevin. Now, the reason why I wasn't going to talk about this originally when it first came out, I think it was on Monday or Sunday, was because it didn't really make any sense to me because of the fact that it didn't seem like it was actually possible to do because of we don't have enough DPs, because it didn't make any sense to I don't think we had the financials to complete the move. At the time, the knowledge of Inter Miami having his discovery rights wasn't a thing, but now apparently Inter Miami have his discovery rights from San Diego. San Diego showed that they had no interest in signing KDB, and now all of a sudden Inter Miami have the discovery rights, which means that now we have first dibs of offering KDB any sort of contract. It supposedly we're interested, because we wouldn't have the discovery rights if we weren't interested, because the way it works is if a team, from my understanding, if a team in the MLS doesn't have any interest or can't afford to offer the player on the discovery list any sort of offer or contract, then they have to remove them, or have to trade it away or something like that. San Diego said they didn't want it. I guess they traded it, or they released him from the discovery list. Inter Miami picked it up, and now it's honestly very likely that he could be joining. It's very likely that KDB can be joining a club in the MLS in general. Obviously, his contract is expiring with Manchester City in June, and there were rumors for him joining Saudi Arabia, but apparently because of the quality of life, or this is what they're saying. This is what people close to KDB are saying. That he would prefer to go to MLS, and thinking about his family, the life over here, and et cetera. But even though that Saudi Arabia have a lot of money, it's also a possibility. He's saying that he's keeping his options open. So it's very interesting. I see this as a very, very possible move, because supposedly, and I got a lot of hate for this on Twitter, and I'm going to show it to you guys now. I commented on this account's post saying this. It says Inter Miami News Hub breaking. FIFA rule allows clubs participating in the Club World Cup to sign a player for 1 month solely to play in the competition. It says, yes, clubs can register players exclusively for the Club World Cup, whether signing them in the exceptional window, June 1st to June 10th, or the renewing for 1 month with players whose contracts have ended using the replacement window for knockout stages. And then I commented saying, I swear they make these rules for Miami. And I got so much hate. For this comment, even though it was just a joke, obviously. But apparently we can sign KDB just for the month of June, or just for the CONCACAF Champions Cup, which I think would be insane. AC Leonard doesn't think that he's coming. Jonathan says that we're too stacked to get KDB. KDB is the backup plan if Neymar falls. I think the Neymar thing is like kind of out of the window at this point. I mean, we have Neymar's discovery. No, do we? No, or does Chicago still have him? I have no idea. But if it's not going to be KD, like you can't tell me you can look at this. Like this is an actual rule supposedly. And if this is true, there's no reason for us not to sign a player like KDB or sign a player like Di Maria specifically for the Club World Cup. Like it would make no sense for us to not make a deal like that. Because then we can make this short-term deal, maybe do like a kind of a loan, or I don't even know, like a loan, but like, yeah, it could be like some type of loan or like some type of short-term deal up until the end of the year around January, around December, November. And then I don't know. And then like, depending on if you move some other stuffs around, do some other logistics with the contracts, with the DPs, with the TAM contracts, maybe you can squeeze Kevin De Bruyne in there. I have no idea. But I thought it's exciting just for that thought or these rumors or discussions to kind of resurface again, because obviously, if you guys remember, we've already talked about this earlier. I don't know if it was earlier this year or last year, but I think it was last year. We had circulating rumors of KDB joining. We had rumors of Angel Di Maria joining. And now it's actually seeming to be extremely, extremely possible, which is very exciting. It's always very exciting. Along with the option to buy. Yeah, I mean, like, because he could work out a deal with City, and then like Inter Miami could be like, oh, let's loan you out, or let's loan you out from City, like short-term deal. And I don't know, like something like that. I have no idea. Like they could honestly figure it out. Manchester City also have connections with NYCFC. Like NYCFC are like their like little affiliate club. So it would also make sense for him to go to New York, but I don't know if he would want to go to New York. Like I thought he was going to join San Diego at some point. And if it wasn't San Diego, I thought it was going to be LA. Like, because those seemed like the two kind of hot spots to be at. If it's not Miami, it's either LA, San Diego, because they're the new franchise, or maybe New York. But like, I don't know. I swear the MLS coming with these crazy rules. Perfect timing before Club World Cup. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see where these discussions take us, because these guys are reporting it like crazy. I mean, like, because like they're reporting it like it's actually this like really, really could be happening. There's no formal offer. From according to Give Me Sport and according to Ben Jacobs on Twitter, there's no formal offer that has been made to Kevin De Bruyne from Inter Miami. It's this complicated financial situation as Inter Miami have 3 DPs. San Diego is not in the race as revealed. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to come up with to try to make this deal happen. We obviously didn't get to see Neymar come, because that wasn't going to go through. But hey, man, KDB or Di Maria for the summertime, even if it is just for a month, I think it would be very, very awesome. I think it'd be so sick to have either one of those guys on this team. But I digress. It's just a little fun thing to start off the stream. But let's get into some of the topics at hand. We need to talk about this game, guys. We're playing the final tomorrow. Even though it's the second leg of the quarterfinal, we need to treat it as a final. We need to go into it how Argentina has been going into every single game that they've been playing so far since like the Finalissima, or even the Copa America before that. They need to go into it like every game is the final. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. We need to go into this game with high spirits. Yes, we took that 1-1 tie. It's a frustrating tie against Toronto. Yes, we should have won it. Yes, we lost in the first leg against LAFC. But those games happened. It is what it is. We performed not to the level or the expectations that were set. But now we get to reset and go into Wednesday with a clean slate, a fresh mind. We have to go in there wanting to win and wanting to go 100% to win the game, because and it's going to be tough, right? Because we have Sergio Busquets, who's not available. We have which is honestly and I've always said this, like he's literally like the pendulum of our team. Like I feel like without Sergio Busquets, like the team and the midfield cannot function. At least that's how it was last year. This year we didn't get to see a team without Busquets yet. But now that Busquets is not going to be available, we're going to see Busi and Bright. This is Busi and not Busi, Bright and Redondo, excuse me. And so this is going to be the time for Redondo to step up and actually, we don't want to say play like Busquets, but just try his very best to fill that role. Because even though nobody's going to be able to replace Busquets, we're going to need somebody that could fulfill that role to some high level. Redondo's a great player. He's a young player. I gave Redondo, and I still give Redondo a lot of hate on this channel because he still has yet to prove to me that he first has a starting position on this team or even belongs in this team. Like every time that I see Redondo play, I get worried. I get anxious. I get like upset because it's like Redondo, every time Redondo steps on the field, I feel like he just doesn't play to his full potential. There's always something that's extremely, extremely lacking. But this is his moment. This is his moment where he can prove to me, he can prove to everybody that he can do the job. He can fulfill those midfield duties. He can potentially fulfill those duties of Busquets and help the team secure this win against LAFC. It's going to be very, very tough, but he has to be up for the challenge, and so does everybody else have to be up for this challenge. If LAFC are going to play anything similar towards how they played in the first leg last week, then we need to prepare for that. They have players like Boanga. They obviously have players like Under. They obviously have players like Tillman, who's very good. Who else do they have? They have Delgado, who's very good. Their defenders played pretty well. I think Segura as the center back did very well as well. They have Valencia at the right back, ex-Barcelona player. He's going to be very dangerous in progressive passes if they allow him to get that high up. It's going to be tough. If they're going to play that low block, we're going to have to adapt to it. We can't do what we did in the first leg and just force, whether that's down the midfield or just don't do what doesn't work. If they want us to go wide, let's bait them out wide. Get Messi to drift wide. Get Suarez to drift wide like we've seen in the past. If we can get these players like Messi and Suarez to drift wide, and maybe even Jordi Alba sometimes if he gets left alone, if we can force these guys to drift wide, players like Velasco Segovia, players like Benjamin Kermashi if he plays, players like Tadeo Ashende if he plays, players like Fafa Pico will be available on the other side. And then that will give us an opportunity to at least get a shot on target. But we're going to have to play that if it comes down to it. Because if Messi's going to go on a run and there's going to be 2 or 3 center backs that are going to be chasing him down, somebody's going to be open. Somebody is bound to be open, and we're going to have to try to find a way to find that player on the other side. This team needs to step up and not rely on Messi. Messi better turn into Declan Rice tomorrow. I need a banger of a free kick from him. We have yet to see, or it's been a really long time since we've seen Messi score a banger of free kick. Shout out to Declan Rice, though, man. 2 free kicks against Real Madrid, 3-0 to beat them at the Emirates. That's absolutely unbelievable. I need to make a Champions League video and talk about it, or we'll probably have like a Champions League live discussion probably tomorrow, honestly. Like we could probably do it tomorrow after the 2 games tomorrow, because dude, Champions League is literally my favorite competition for club soccer or club football. Bro, Toronto should have been the perfect match to try out a different look without Busquets. And I completely agree with you, Ace Lionel. Even though it would have made sense to play Busi for the majority of the game because we want to rest maybe Redondo or Bright or whoever. But at the same time, and I think we talked about this before because it sounds familiar, but at the same time, it would have been nice to see Bright and Redondo in the midfield for a couple of a little bit longer, just to see how they could gel together. But I mean, at the same time, it is what it is. Like, now Bright got rest. Like I think he didn't come on until like what? like the 80th minute last time against Toronto. So he got some rest. Yeah, in the 78th minute he got subbed in. And I think for Redondo. So both of them should be pretty well rested. So it's fine. They should know how to play together by now. At this point, they should know how to play together because it's been a little over a year. I would rather have Gressel than Redondo. At least he's more of an attacking threat. It's I hate to say it, right? I hate to say it. Well, first of all, not in the midfield, because I feel like if we played the three midfield, like the 4-3-3, like we did last year, like Gressel always played as like a Metzala. But regardless, Gressel is unfortunately not in the plans of Mascherano. And it sucks that we're probably never going to see this guy play and anymore for us, which honestly could probably help us to sign either KDB or Di Maria if we sell Gressel, if we buy down Jordi Alba's contract or whoever, and make some other deals like that happen. That would free up a lot of room, but we would have to get rid of Gressel, I feel like, in order to bring in somebody like KDB or Di Maria. But anyway, yeah, but I think Gressel would have been fine if when we didn't have Messi. Like, I think, but for some reason, I feel like there's just something. I feel like Mascherano either knows something that we don't know, or Gressel's just not that good. Apparently, like supposedly, I don't know. I don't want to believe that, but that's what it's making it seem like. Honestly, LAFC players are just going to sit back. We need to spread out that low block. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not a coach, right? Like I'm not a tactician, but what I think would be the best method to play against the low block would be to either press them heavy or just spread them out. But that also depends. If we spread them out, it also depends on who we play. Because if we play Ashinde and if we play Fafa, we're going to have those quick players that can find those half spaces behind the defense. Because they're going to try to force us to play the ball like further deep. So whether that's long balls, whether that's shot from outside the box, they're going to try to force us to do that. But if we can get away with it by spreading them out and finding Fafa, finding Tadendo Shende, finding Telasco Segovia, whoever the case may be, into those half spaces, and or just having them shift between the wide and central areas, we're probably going to be able to catch a lot of them out of position and maybe capitalize on it. Suarez needs to turn up. I don't care if his knees blow up. Suarez we'll talk about this because I think we talked about it against Toronto a little bit too, and I definitely talked about it with the Battered Herons. Shout out to them. Suarez has been in this funk, in this slump of form that is very, very noticeable. It's very, very frustrating to watch, and I'm sure that he is very frustrated to be in this slump because I think it's been like 4 games since he's scored. And while he is, I think, the top assister, I don't know if it's in the league or for the team, it's still not exactly what he wants. Like, I know he wants to score goals. I know that he's hungry and itching to score a goal. But for some reason that something is kind of getting to him to the point where he just can't. It just seems like, I feel like there was like 2 or 3 opportunities where Suarez could have put goals away and he couldn't and he didn't. And it doesn't really make him look good. And we also have this very high expectation of Luis Suarez because being one of the most respected strikers in the world, one of the best strikers in our generation, if not the best striker in our generation, we expect a lot from this guy, even at this age and even within the conditions that he's been suffering over the last couple of years. But I have faith in Suarez. He's going to turn up. I think in these sorts of situations and these sorts of moments, these types of games is where Suarez is really like, this is kind of his bread and butter. Him, Messi, Busi, Jordi, these guys like strive for these moments. But it's not going to be only up to Suarez because Suarez, I think, is going to be up for the task. He's going to have that energy. He's going to be hyped. He's going to have that drive to get out of this funk and score. But it's the matter of, can we influence, can we motivate, can we bring up our teammates, the other players at Inter Miami, the younger players who maybe have not been in this situation before, and kind of bring them up with them. Because even if one of those guys like are kind of down, it's gonna ruin the whole thing. I really hope Segovia doesn't stay quiet tomorrow. Segovia's another one. Segovia's another one who's been in a slight funk these last couple of games. He was really hot coming off of the beginning of the season, um, and I think it was like ever since he came back from international duty, he was kind of he just seemed a little off, and it's worrying. Of course, we want to see Segovia be the best that he can be. We want to see the best Segovia out there on the pitch every single time. But like I said, I think it's going to be the same thing with Suarez. I think like these are going to be the games that they are going to like where they're really, really going to show up. They're going to be like, okay, this it's like win or go home. It's like this is the final. This is it. Like we can't mess up here. And I think that they're going to probably show up. That's what I'm hoping. That's like the best case scenario. David, what's up? I feel like I don't know if this is the first time I've seen this name. David Alphonse. Probably not. Last two games, they have been trying to force it direct too many times. They need to trust the right wingers a little more instead of ignoring them when they're wide open many times. Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's what we were getting baited into. Like, we were literally getting baited by LAFC to play those direct long balls into their own defensive third. And at the time, we didn't provide almost any balls down the wing. We were very slow. We were very sloppy in that game. In the Toronto game, we did a lot better. It still wasn't enough to get the win, but it was definitely better than what we did in LAFC. But there's still a lot of room or still a lot of work to do. And I just really hope that Inter Miami can really adapt to the situation. Whatever situation comes their way tomorrow, like I just really hope that they can adapt. They can find a way around it. They can find a way to just turn a disadvantage into an advantage for them. Is Ashende still out? Apparently not, because we did get a photo from Ashende's Instagram page today, or I don't know if it was today or yesterday. We did get a post from Tadeo Ashende, I think on his personal Instagram, let's just assume, of him training. So he's back in training. Inter Miami didn't post it on their social media, but Tadeo Ashende posted it on his social media. What does that tell us? That he is ready to play. Whether he starts or not is another story. I really hope he does, because Tadeo Ashende has been really, really good since he joined. He had that one slow start, and I think it was the first game against I think it was America, and then after that he's just been on fire. I think like he should be good to go. If he's in training with the team, he should be good to go. Like I said, whether he starts or not is a different story. I don't know if you guys, and let me know what you guys think about this. Do you want to start Ashende? And I know this sounds like a dumb question, because it's like, obviously, like, why wouldn't we want to start Ashende? Being out for what, 3 games? It's a long time. He hasn't really played a game in like 2 weeks or ish, 3. I have no idea, like more or less. And I feel like throwing him right into the CONCACAF Champions Cup second leg, where it's like we're heavily depending on you to almost be the difference maker. If it's not Messi, if it's not Suarez, like it's you. Like we're looking at Tadeo Ashende. If it's not Messi that's going to score, if it's not Luis Suarez that's going to score, it's going to be Tadeo Ashende. I really hope he's up for that pressure, because that's kind of something that you sign up for playing for Inter Miami. It's this high expectation, high pressure situations by everybody. Everybody expects a lot from you, because we're playing with some of the best players, if not the best players in the world. And we are aiming to win everything possible. I just really hope that if Tadeo Ashende starts, that he's up for that task. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. I really, really hope he's up for that task. Kaufman says that he's good to go, says Sean. Suarez suffering after a long season. Break, he gained weight. And just, everyone should do their jobs, and the Stars should not keep complaining to the ref when a call doesn't go their way. I feel like it kills the morale of the other players. We shouldn't only rely on one player. We should all give our 110%. Absolutely. AZ Rebellion says yes to Ashende starting. We need people willing to go vertical on the wings and the striker. If he can't make those runs, he can't start. He can make those runs, though. He can. We're talking about Ashinde. He can make those runs. I think that's like the job that he does. We have no choice. Ashinde has to start. Who else? Fafa. He's not forward. Suarez can't score from open play. I mean, no, because he can't run. That's what Tadeo Ashinde is for. That's what Tadeo Ashinde and Fafa is supposed to be, and Messi, and even Telasco if he plays. Luis Suarez is supposed to serve as the target forward, as like a deep lying forward. Like he is supposed to, even like a wide target forward. Like he could play as like a wide target man and spread out the defense, bait it out so we can give balls into Messi, into that Tadeo, into Fav, or whoever plays on that side, even into Jordi on the left-hand side. I don't care if Suarez doesn't score on the run of play. If he gets into those positions where he can make the passes, where he can get the shots on target, he's going to score. He's going to score or get an assist at some point. Tadeo Ashinde can make those vertical runs behind the defense in the half spaces. Like that's what Tadeo Ashinde has been doing this entire time that he's been playing with us. He finds those half spaces. The ball finds him in those half spaces, and then he either gets a shot on target, a goal, and very rarely he'll miss. Fafa's the same way. Fafa's literally the same exact way. So it's just we just have to see how it goes. We're gonna get to a predicted starting 11 in just a couple of minutes. We'll wrap up on some other thoughts about this game before we get into a predicted starting lineup, and then we'll wrap up the stream with the score prediction. Let's see. He can when the calf is good. I'm saying that he's not 100% on calf injury. Messi can't let Rice outshine him. Free kick hat trick incoming, says Wiki G. I love that. Ashinde tagged it at the champions. Ruiz still out. Yeah, supposedly he's still out with this injury. He's been out for quite a while, I feel like. Messi should play as a false 9, and then he needs the runners. Suarez can't make those. Of course he can't make those runs. Messi has been playing kind of like a false 9. He's been getting pretty deep. Like he plays very, very deep. And then he'll progress the ball forward. It's between Busi, Messi, and Jordi, who are they have the highest statistically, they have the most passes progressed. Does that make sense? No. They have the most progressive passes on this team. If I said that correctly. They have the most progressive passes on this team. I have it pulled up. Hold on. I literally just had it pulled up. They have, I think Busi had like 40 something like progressive passes. If I could actually pull it up, that'd be great. Okay, I guess not. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Regardless, it's free kick hat trick is kind of crazy. I just feel like Messi's gonna score. I feel like Messi's gonna score. Whether that's from a hat trick or not, I have no idea. Or whether it's from a free kick or not, I have no idea. But I have like the strongest feeling that Messi's going to score. Messi has been very, very frustrated, guys. Messi is so mad. He's pissed. He's so pissed at the fact of how this team has played the last two or three games, 2 games. He is pissed. And we clearly saw that when he scored the goal against Toronto, where I couldn't believe my eyes, like how much he was celebrating. Like he celebrated right in front of me. And I saw him go. And I'm like, oh, damn, like he is hyped. Like he is, I'm like, which made sense because 2 previous goals were disallowed. But like that also shows that he really, really cares and he really wants his team to win. He really wants to put out the best performance possible for this team to get the victory. And that's why I say like he's gonna show no mercy on Wednesday. He's going to show no mercy tomorrow against LAFC, and I think he's going to motivate the rest of the guys to do the same. You saw previous game, Messi create chance and nobody score. Suarez or Fafa chance was wasted. Messi can't be in 2 places at the same time. Well, Messi, That's why. Well, we already said that Suarez was in a funk, that he was given a couple of chances, but I'm confident of the fact that he's going to be ready to get out of that funk tomorrow. Crazy no Baltasar. Yeah, Baltasar is not ready yet. I'm assuming it's still a visa issue. But it's been a really long time. It's kind of crazy how long it's been taking for this visa to go through. New Young CW have very bad touch. Chelo Engand have a very maybe he was nervous. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Obando? Why is it New Young Chelo Engand has a very bad touch? Maybe he was nervous. LAFC is going to fly out of the gates for the first 15 minutes trying to get the goal, then park the bus. That would make that would make so much sense for LAFC to go in for the first 10, 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes trying to look for that first goal. And then they'll probably settle for like another probably 5-10 minutes. And then they'll try to just play counterattack for the rest of the half. And then they'll try to go again if it's still 0-0. If LAFC get that first goal, I don't want to say that we're fucked, but we're gonna need to put in some crazy work, because obviously, like I said, if they score one, we need to score three. We need to score 3 goals if they score tomorrow. So, like, we need to try our best to not let them score, at least first. Like, if they score, it is what it is. But they can't score. Well, it's not. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we already scored 2 and they scored 1, then like we'll get extra motivated, I guess, to score another one. I don't know. Whatever. As long as they don't score first. If they don't score first and ruin the morale and ruin the mentality, hopefully it won't. But if it does, then maybe that's just a possibility. Maybe we're kind of fucked. I don't know. Alba Falcon, Aviles Frey's my starting line. Obando is gonna not start. He's going to be off the bench. Obando looked very scared, which is something that you would expect. Or maybe not scared, but scared is kind of a harsh word. But a little bit nervous, right? Making his debut in Miami at home in front of the fans. He wants to leave a good impression. He looked a little bit nervous. He had a couple of opportunities, but I think maybe this second time around, if he does get that opportunity, I feel like he's gonna run it or grab it and run with it. Sean says, no, we're fucked. Obando looks pretty bad. Hopefully it's just some. Yeah, no, Obando's not bad. He's just, like I said, he's just scared. He was just nervous. It's your debut. It's your debut with a new club. You're playing with Messi. You literally just got subbed in for Luis Suarez. You're playing with Jordi. Jordi was the first one to talk to Obando when he stepped on that pitch. And so, like, you can already imagine, like, he's like, oh shit, like I'm getting more advice from Jordi Alba right now, like on game day. Like, hopefully let me not fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? No highline press tomorrow. Wednesdays are going to be the new Mondays. Yes, Wednesday's the new Monday, and then it's the new Friday also. Team needs to play with high intensity, slow rolling ball won't work. Away goal rule is BS. Yeah. So let's talk about the predicted starting lineup. I want to let's go back to what's Ethelna's comment. Alba Falcon, Aviles, and Frey. I only have one disagreement with this lineup or with this back four, and that's I would trade Aviles for Noah Allen. And the reason why I say that is because Noah Allen plays so well as that left center back and plays as that wide center back. He covers for Jordi when Jordi has to go up. Jordi is essentially our left wing, right? So when Noah Allen plays, Allen's going to be taking that left back and left center back spot. And he does a really, really good job. Lujan, who I thought was the worst, he was the worst player that performed against Toronto. He was just not covering Jordi's ass at all. Like, Jordi was getting very, very frustrated and then would have to make full like sprints to recover back and to hope to do something about it. I'm going to take these off. Like, I'm not even listening to anything. So that's why I would go with Noah Allen, because I think Noah Allen does a great job at doing that. Where Lujan. I'm not saying Aviles is bad because honestly, Aviles has been doing very, very well these last couple of games. But I think that Noah Allen has deserved that spot. He's earned that spot, and I think he plays that possession the best of everybody else. I think Maxi Falcon will do well as the right center back. I think Ian Frey should be a no-brainer for the right back position. But you also have to take into consideration the fact that Chelo Enganda is now back, and Lujan is available. Ian Frey didn't play last Wednesday in the first leg for whatever reason. I have no idea why, but he didn't play in that first leg on Wednesday. So that is I questioned it a lot. I mean, like he played against Toronto, but I mean, like I don't know. I don't know. Like what? Like if you would ask me, I want to put in Frey. But if you would ask me, what do I think Mascherano is going to do? I have no idea. Like I could very much see Mascherano play Chelo Engante that right back spot instead of Ian Frey. I could just see it. I could see it happening. If I'm gonna see Chelo play tomorrow, I would hope it's off the bench for like a really good reason. So let me see what you guys said before we move on to the midfield. The thing is that Messi can run and dribble to the opposition's box and then put these two box. But these past two matches, I literally can't read, guys. Like I'm quite literally stupid. Past two matches, there is usually no one up there. Those wing players need to be active tomorrow. Bang Bang agrees. Skilled players can't be doing the triple backflip, rear heel passes. Keep that shit simple so the less skilled players can be functional. Aviles is better. You just blind because he's from the academy. Nah, I'm definitely not blind to it. I've never said that Aviles was bad. Recently, he's been doing a lot better. I've been liking how Aviles has been playing recently. Noah Allen has been doing a better job as a wide center back. Aviles still has to win my trust when it comes to that sort of thing. But I thought he did I thought he did really well these last 2 games that he's played. Lujan isn't a left back or left center back, though he looked uncomfortable over there. So I mean, like, and that's probably why somebody like Noah Allen or something didn't start against Toronto. So I'm like, maybe it's because he wanted to save him and rest him for tomorrow, like Wednesday for the LAFC game. So I know he isn't a left back, but he really struggled. I guess he just isn't. I guess he wasn't used to the assignment of covering somebody like Jordi Alba, and it almost bit him a couple of times because it did give Toronto a couple of opportunities. I get you, but I feel Falcon plays better on that left center back role. Lujan, Aviles, Allen, and Alba should be the back line. Frey was grabbing hammy at halftime at the TFC game. Really? I don't even remember that. Is Ashende ready? Yes. Ashende is available for selection. Whether he starts or not, I have no idea, but he is available for selection. According to Kaufman, yes. Oh my God, please no Chelo. Frey over Chelo or Lujan any day. Lujan at center back was a bad pick last game. Don't worry, guys. Maybe when they want this really bad. Redondo, Bright, Segovia, Camacho as our midfield. Okay, let's get to okay. So, like I said, my final prediction. If no. My thought for our best back four would be Jordi Alba, Noah Allen, Maxi Falcon, Ian Frey. That's my back four if you were to ask me what I would do. If you were to ask me what Mascherano is going to do, I think it's going to be Jordi Alba. I think it's going to be maybe Chelo Wingant at the right back position. And I think Maxi's going to start for sure. And maybe El Toto Aviles. That's probably and then in goal, it'll probably be Ostadi. For the midfield, we'll jump into the midfield. Ace Leonardo is already giving his prediction saying Redondo, Bright, Segovia, Camacho as our midfield. Interesting because you didn't choose Fafa and you didn't choose Tadeo Ashende. So instead you went Segovia and Cremachi, which I think Cremachi is not a bad shout because he can relentlessly press. He can be pretty much everywhere. He can play up high. He can play down low, like pretty deep and help out on defense. A lot of people criticize his technical ability, but but he can get there, is what I'm trying to say. Velasco Segovia is honestly quite the opposite, but or just better, really. He's very technically gifted. He also is all over the place. He can run. He can shoot. He can pass very well, and he just looks very confident on the ball. And I really hope that's the type of player we see tomorrow. And then Bruyne and Redondo are the two guaranteed center mids that'll be playing tomorrow, essentially. So it'll be interesting to see Bright play as like a holding, maybe like an anchor type role. Maybe Redondo will play either like a box to box or just play like that deep line playmaker role that Bushi normally plays. So that's going to be very interesting to see. If you would ask me for at least the wings, I think that Velasco has to be one of them. I would really love to see Tadeo Ashende, man. Like, I would love to see Tadeo Ashende and maybe I think Fafa would do very well off the bench. Either that or vice versa. Like, you could start Fafa, see how he goes with the game with Velasco, and then Messi and Suarez is going to be up top. And then, if once Fafa gets tired, bring on Tadeo, man. And then, maybe he can score off the bench when everybody is tired. I have no idea, but I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. If we play Maxi and Allen, we don't have height and it will fuck us. That's true. It's very, very true because I think that was a slight issue. I mean, it's always gonna be an issue when you play Noah Allen. That's like the biggest downside to Noah Allen's game is his height. It's something that he can't control. But when he did play in the first leg against LAFC, that was a problem. It was the physicality. He would get out muscled. He would try his very best, and I thought he still played very well in that first leg. And I'm a huge fan of Noah Allen, man. I love that kid. I think he's a really, really good player, really, really good center back. But yeah, that physical portion is really, really hurting him in games like this where teams are gonna get physical. They're gonna try to run right by you. They're gonna try to run through you and bully their way to get that ball. And I just really hope that if it is Noah Allen, I really hope that he could show everybody that, height doesn't matter. I don't mind Inter Miami losing if they get their mojo back and get back to playing like gangsters. No, I mind. I mind them losing. Like, if they lose, I'm going to be fucking upset. Like, I'm going to be really, really mad in that post-game reaction. Remember, it's an 8 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, so the post-game reaction will probably happen around 10 o'clock, maybe 10:15. I'll try to schedule it around the 90th minute mark. Is probably when I'll go live. Just to give you guys a heads up for tomorrow. I don't think we need a double pivot. I think Redondo gets left out. Really, dude, as much as I want to agree with you, I can't, because it's there is no world, and I could be wrong, right? Obviously, any one of us could be wrong, but I can't live in a world where Mascherano doesn't choose Redondo to play this game. I think it's almost guaranteed at this point that Redondo will see the pitch with Bright. There's just no way I can't see the midfield be Bright, Cremachi, Velasco Segovia or something. You know what I'm trying to say? Casares says Alba, Falcon, Avilés, Frey, Busi. Well, Busi's not playing. Bright, yeah, no, Bushi's not playing, but Messi, Segovia, Suarez, Ashende, Fafa is our super sub. I doubt Ashende will start. Okay, there better not be any game-changing bad calls. That's something that we're going to also look out for, too. We need to make sure the ref is actually, on his shit and not giving a yellow card to somebody that should have gotten a red card and completely ruining the game. Fafa should only play in front of Alba and not on the right side. Fafa off the bench will be better, says David. Easy Rebellion says, nah, fuck that, LMAO. I don't like Avilés, but he will stack bodies if LAFC gets physical. That's the problem with Avilés, though. Everybody in this team has their huge disadvantage. If Avilés and this is going to happen with Chelo, too, if he plays. When LAFC gets physical, when they're going to start to get physical, whether it's the whole game, the beginning of the end, the end of the game, whatever, Avilés is going to take someone out. Avilés is going to pull on someone's shirt. He's going to make some crazy tackle. He's going to do something crazy. He's going to do absolutely insane to get a yellow card and maybe even get sent off. And that's the downside to Avilés, because it's that discipline. We're going to see, he's been very well disciplined these last, 2-3 games. but we need to see if that's going to stay a trend going into tomorrow. We need the runners up front. We don't need the double pivot, Messi and Suarez up top. But the thing is, though, I just don't see it. Like, do you guys really see Mascherano moving away from his tactic all of a sudden? I just don't see that happening. I think we're going to be playing that same tactic that we've always had. The 4-4-2 defensive shape, maybe even a 4-5-1 if Messi stays up top, and then maybe if Luis Suarez gets back. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm so excited, and it's honestly anything can go tomorrow in terms of how we're gonna line up, how we're gonna play. Like, it's gonna be it's not gonna be like a huge surprise, but it's just gonna be very interesting because this is gonna be a Miami team that we haven't seen this year yet. A team without Boosie, a team where you think Gashend is gonna play, but we don't know. Is Fafa gonna start? Is Benja gonna start? Is Telasco gonna start? Like, you just don't know who's gonna play. Is Lujan gonna start? Is Ian Frey gonna start? Is Chilo gonna start? We just don't know. This is the first time that we're having this kind of sort of conversation. Before, it would always be we knew who started, we knew who was gonna play. Now we're not too sure. Let's get into the score prediction before we wrap things up today. I'm so excited for this game, guys. I'm so excited. I'm hoping for the best for this game. I have a lot of trust. I have a lot of faith for this Inter Miami team. I still think that this is the best team in the league by far. I know that we've been in a rough patch these last 2 games, but I just know that we're going to get the job done. And I know we're down 1-0, but I know we're going to get the job done. I think we're going to do it in very dramatic fashion. I think we're going to win the game 3-1. And I've said this with the Battered Herons. I've said this on the Messi and Co show. I think we're going to win 3-1. I think at some point LAFC might get a goal, whether that's Bouanga that scores, whether that's Tillman, whether that's Under, whoever, whether that's Ordaz, whatever the case may be. If they score, they score. We just know we'll just have to score more. But I think we're gonna put 3 by them. I think there's gonna be a fire that ignites in this team. I think there's going to be a switch that's going to be flipped going into this game. They know what the stakes are. They know the expectations. They know what if they really, really want it, they're going to give their 150% tomorrow on that pitch in front of their home crowd. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for Inter Miami, and we go through to the semifinals. That is me ilusionando. That is me dreaming. That is me that's just me being positive. I'm just looking at that bright side of things. Let's see what everybody else says. Sean Callan says 1-0 in Miami, extra time. Drake gets subbed on, and we enact the Leagues Cup penalty kick winning. What a game that would be, right? What a fairy tale that would be. That's something out of a movie. Ace Lena says 2-0. Michael says 3-1 to Inter Miami as well. So he agrees with me on that. Guys need to take the first open shot when hitting the final third. Yep. Miami says Data says 3-1 to Inter Miami. Goals by the GOAT, Ashinde, and Ian Frey. And Ian Frey goal will get the crowd going crazy. If LAFC get a goal, it's game over. We can't figure out the mid-block since home Cavalier game. 2-0 or 2-2 worst case. We're winning. Inter Miami wins, but you know how we get. But wait, you know how we just like the drama. 3-1 says David. Solid Rock says 3-1. AZ Rebellion says 3-1. I like this, guys. I like how you guys think. Let's just hope for no red cards tomorrow. Let's hope for no bad refereeing. Let's hope for a really good performance by Inter Miami. And most importantly, let's hope that we go through to the next round. But thank you guys so much for watching this video here on the SoFlo Soccer channel. Thank you to everybody who's liked, who subscribed, who's commented on this channel, on these videos. You guys are the absolute best. You guys are the GOATs. You guys are the real GOATs. Thank you to EJ Torres for being a member of the channel. Thank you to Giovanni for having that super chat in the last video. You guys are awesome for donating to the channel and keeping and supporting what I do and what I want to do for you guys. And yeah, man, I'm so ready for tomorrow. I'm hyped. I'll see you guys in the post game reaction tomorrow around 10:15 p.m. Eastern time. Be there. Let's do it, boys. Vamos, Miami. Let's do it, guys.
¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.